Apartments are big business. Half of us in the Houston area rent. That's more than 1 million people. So it makes sense that they're popping up all over town. But so do complaints from tenants.
My personal view is disappointment.
Take Sarah Kirkpatrick and her boyfriend John Cogan, for example.
So has the garbage disposal ever worked?
No.
Something in their Pasadena apartment is always broken.
Oh, we'll put a work order in.
Okay.
And it's still not fixed.
Like a lot of frustrated renters, they're not sure how to deal with the landlord.
It is the #1 concern we hear from KHOU viewers. So there are 3 things you need to know if you're having problems. Number 1, don't stop paying rent.
Have you ever not paid your rent on time?
Never.
It might be frustrating, but Andy Tees with the Houston Apartment Association explains why it's so important.
If you stop paying your rent, you give up a lot of your rights.
Number 2, don't just go into the office and tell management about the problem. Start a paper trail.
You should always make maintenance requests in writing and keep a copy.
And number 3, you can go to court and get out of your lease if you have long-term maintenance issues with big things like a broken water heater.
Problems that affect your health or safety. Your landlord is supposed to fix them in a reasonable time. It's the law.
I want to get out of here as soon as the lease is up.
But breaking your lease is a hassle and can get pretty pricey. Not an option for our couple in Pasadena.
You don't have the money to move and you don't have the credit.
So they're sticking around until the lease is up.
That's food from I don't know how long.
And when it's time to move, there are plenty of options out there. I'm watching out for you. Tiffany Craig, KHOU 11 News.
Empty, quiet, and all but abandoned, a strange place sits on the edge of Sugar Land, the only prison the state of Texas has ever closed. Guards who used to walk these halls say the cell blocks are haunted by ghosts of convicts who lived and worked here, prisoners of the past. Now Sugar Land is looking at this peculiar property as a key to its future. When you think of Sugar Land, you probably don't think of this. Light manufacturing businesses like Tramontina, the nation's largest maker of cookware.
It's remarkable. People really don't understand what happens here in Sugar Land, and they don't understand that all of this manufacturing occurs just right down the street.
These assembly lines produce about 30,000 pots, pans, and other pieces of American-made cookware every day.
This place means jobs. About 700 people work at this facility. But there's a problem. For manufacturing businesses like this, Sugar Land is running out of space.
As Sugar Land booms, its only industrial business park is filling up.
We are starting to see where we get leads on major business relocations and everything that we do not have the acreage right now in the existing business park to even pursue those prospects.
So to keep the city's manufacturing base growing, Sugar Land is turning to this unusual landmark.
There was a large area that surrounded it that was a prison farm. So if you grew up in the area, if you drove through the area, then that's the memory you have.
The city's negotiating to buy this 230-acre property from the state of Texas, and it's now looking for a private developer to help build a new industrial business park here, chasing away ghosts of the past for jobs of the future. In Sugar Land, Doug Miller, KHOU 11 News.
Toll road driving. More than 45 million transactions in October alone. One driver without an easy tag that you'll never see in this hustle is Victor Thomas.
What's the emotion attached to all of this mess?
Angry.
The story starts in Mississippi after Victor's daughter hits a deer in this Mitsubishi Eclipse.
And it bent the frame right there, and when it bent the frame, it shoved everything back.
Being a good dad, Victor wants to fix the car, and the cheapest way to ship it home is on a car carrier trailer.
Because I priced the U-Haul and the tow dolly and all that. I mean, it was $100-something more.
So $450 later, the car is on the way. But apparently the truck driver ignores a few toll booths. And guess whose plate the camera sees?
Yeah, everybody says the same thing. What? Are you serious? Yeah.
The day we show up in Tomball, Victor's telling his neighbor what happened when he explained it to the Harris County Toll Road Authority.
I called them and they said, you're responsible for it because we couldn't see the tag on their truck.
The bill is $52. Victor feels like no one's listening.
I don't want to pay. I don't think I should have to pay that.
Agreed. So we send an email to the Toll Road Authority, and sure enough, things start moving. Victor's bill is rerouted.
They transferred it over to the transport company and took it off of me and said we were good to go.
The toll folks say their phone rep made a mistake and will be retrained. They also suggest asking for a manager if you can't get a resolution. As for Victor, he sees this battle a little differently.
You know, they weren't expecting someone to fight them over a $52 ticket, but for me, it's all about what's right and wrong.
I'm watching out for you. Tiffany Craig, KHOU 11 News. Sometimes a snapshot is all we need to see a problem.
I'm Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Nice to meet you.
Barbara Dorio is 81 and doesn't let much get in her way.
Let me try to catch up with you.
But this wire is too much.
See, I always have to duck under to get my mail. And a lot of times I hit my head on it.
It's not a new addition in Webster, just an unwelcome one.
I feel like a ping pong ball. You know, first I go to Comcast, then I go to Centerpoint, Comcast, Centerpoint.
Barbara's daughter-in-law, Anita, tried to get it moved for 2 years, but got nowhere.
Sometimes I feel like coming out here and digging it up myself.
Hold that thought as we send both companies the picture and a plea for help. Centerpoint tells us its anchor wire was there years before the house, but teams up with Comcast to get both wires out of the way.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh.
In just a few days, we have Barbara back on track.
I'd be ducking, and now I don't have to duck. So, and then I just go in here and turn around and walk right back.
What might be a small job for two companies,
I can walk out here,
is a huge help for Barbara.
and I have no problem.
I'm watching out for you. Tiffany Craig, KHOU 11 News.
We have got a chase to show you. It's a scene straight out of Hollywood.
Whoa, he just hit somebody.
Edge of your seat action at breakneck speeds.
More than 80 miles an hour.
But this is no script. The driver's no stuntman.
He just wrecked out.
These are Houston streets.
And you're just dealt with like a lifetime of grief.
And too often, the ending is deadly.
And it's just not worth it just to go catch someone.
Erica Rosales lost her father Omero after a truck theft suspect crashed into her dad's SUV. Houston police had been chasing the suspect at highway speeds through a neighborhood.
It doesn't make any sense.
A dumb decision, the family says.
I need the memories of him.
With devastating consequences.
This chase has come to a violent end.
Harris County, turns out, far outpaces the rest of the country in the number of innocent people dying in police chases. A joint USA Today KHOU 11 News I-Team investigation found that nationwide an innocent pedestrian or driver died in 21% of chase crashes. But in Harris County, that number jumps to 31%. That's nearly 1/3 of all deadly police chases where it's not the suspect, but an innocent bystander who dies.
When I told you that, what did you think, Captain?
That's a sad note.
Harris County Sheriff's Captain Quincy Whitaker,
believe me, we don't take it lightly.
Is head of the department's Traffic Enforcement Division.
We have to take every precaution to ensure that that number decreases.
Precautions spelled out in the policies of both the Harris County Sheriff's and Houston Police Departments, which state if the risk to the public outweighs the need to immediately apprehend, the pursuit should not go forward.
Any officer involved in the chase can call off a chase on any time.
Houston Police Chief Charles McClellan.
I expect officers and supervisors to stop if it's too dangerous. But we're not going to have a blanket policy that we will not chase anyone.
It is a delicate balance when or when not to chase, especially when innocent lives hang in the balance. For the family of Omero Rosales, the message to cops on the street is clear.
Is that really worth the chase? Not to me.
It all started with a Facebook message. On the receiving end, a single mom who was a little lonely.
It was the moment that I was feeling really miserable.
And you're about to learn why this 39-year-old is disguising her face and voice. We'll call her Mary, and she fell hard for who she thought was an Army captain.
He seems kind of nice, you know. in the military, and then we start talking.
He sent pictures, but since we don't know if this is actually him, we chose not to show the images. He also sent lots of lovey-dovey messages. He promised her a house in Bel Air, a BMW, and a lifetime of love.
All I think about is, oh wow, that's very nice. Someone want to love me and have money.
4 months in, he's making plans to move to Houston, but has one small favor: sign for a shipment of his personal belongings.
He just needed your help getting this package here.
Yes, he wanted to be in my custody.
So she contacted the shipping company. Suddenly, they needed $980 for taxes.
And so you didn't think twice about it?
No. No, I didn't, because I thought I was enough.
So blinded by love, Mary paid more fees, and by the end of August, she was out $44,550.
He keeps saying that, baby, money is nothing, I will pay you back double when I come in.
By September, no soldier, no package. Mary realized she was a victim. We found that same soldier's picture on a Facebook page called Military Romance Scams.
I didn't look closer. I didn't go further to track him. I should have done that, but I didn't do it.
We followed Mary's money. The trail led to Sarasota, Florida, and another victim who unknowingly sent all of Mary's cash to Nigeria.
I'm very disappointed. I'm very upset.
It's a hard lesson, but one Mary wants to pass on.
Just stay off Facebook in hope of meeting any guys, just stay off it.
Because a scam artist not only broke her heart, but her bank account too.
Similar online scams have tricked many women, but there are some things to look out for, like hearing "I love you" at warp speed, seeing spelling and grammar mistakes because they're most likely foreign, not in the U.S. military serving our country, and of course, asking you to send money. Just don't. I'm watching out for you. Tiffany Craig, KHOU 11 News.
David, are you ready to do this?
I guess so.
David behind the camera, intern on Keel, and I are testing out some cooling products. The hat, the cooling chili pad, and the chillo. Surely one of these will work. We take our non-scientific test to Eleanor Tinsley Park. We're starting with this.
Yes.
You're gonna mess up your hair a little bit.
It's all right.
You okay
it's
with
all
that?
part of the story.
A $17 baseball cap called Hyper Cool. You soak it in water and then wear it.
We good?
To get on Keel sweaty, David teaches him some camera tricks.
Traffic is camera work 101.
Half an hour and lots of video later, it's not cooling.
The hat, honestly, right now, it just feels like a heavy hat on my head.
Next, my hands are slippery because they're sweaty. There, the Frog Togs cooling towel that also soaks in water first. Here you go. You ready? David comes out from behind the camera because he's already a fan.
So from experience, I can tell you I've used these before, being a very sweaty camera guy.
You are really sweaty. He shoots more video, and our bright towel comes in pretty handy.
These do work.
They're $12 and come in a variety of colors. Our last product.
Oh, it's bigger than I thought.
The $10 Chillo pillow. You fill it with 7 cups of water.
Feels okay.
On our trip back to the station, I'm trying out this waterbed for your head.
This was a comfy ride back.
Seems cool for a few minutes, but then nothing.
I'm gonna say no on the Chillo.
We all agree. The only thing that helps in the Houston heat, the cooling towel.